Good morning, Interboro. This is Mr. Johnston with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now stay tuned for this edition of Kaleidoscope.
Good morning, Interboro, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Kscope. I'm Sam.
And I'm Reef with your morning announcements.
The next meeting of the French Club will take place on today at 2:30 p.m. in room 230. We will be working on Mardi Gras t-shirts for the World Language Festival. Snacks will be served.
Junior prom tickets are now on sale. All tickets must be purchased in room 121 before and after school. Any students needing to form a non-Interboro date must see Miss Moore in room 121 as soon as possible. Tickets are $55 and sales and March 10th, no exceptions.
Attention seniors, information about ordering the 2017 yearbook and placing baby ads and congratulatory ads was recently distributed in senior homerooms. Please take special note that the deadline for placing baby and congratulatory ads is Wednesday, March 22nd and needs to be done online. Check the high school website for details or the flyers distributed in homerooms.
Yearbooks are now on sale. Information is being distributed in homeroom this week. Please click on the link on the high school website for instructions to how to purchase your copy for only $55. If you have any questions, please see Miss Feller in room 228.
Seniors applying to college, if you have not completed your FAFSA free application for student aid, then you must do so immediately. For some colleges, the deadline is February 15th. If you want to be eligible for financial aid, you can complete it at fafsa.ed.gov with your parent guardian 2015 tax information.
Did you fill out your Match-O-Matic forms in homeroom? If so, results are now on sale. You can only purchase your results for $3 at all lunches only this week. Find out who your top match is today.
Latin Club will meet next Wednesday, February 22nd at 2:30 in room 231. Be there or be conquered.
Let's go to Mr. Laffey for our Black History Month fact of the day.
Disclaimer: people actually believed the following statements in the 1960s. White people are smarter and less athletic than black people because white people are several thousand years further away from jungle savagery. Quote-unquote thinking positions like quarterback and linebacker in football needed to be filled by more intelligent white athletes. Athletically superior black athletes lacked the mental aptitude to achieve victory on their own. And a necessity in basketball for success was to have at least one white starter to keep black athletes calm and focused. Let that sink in for a minute. How ridiculous is that? What? Legendary coach Don Haskins thought this was also ridiculous when he ignored the unwritten rule of 1 at home, 2 on the road, and 3 when behind regarding African American players, starting 5 black student athletes for the first time ever in an NCAA championship game. Haskins also did not think about the implications that decision would have. One of his assistants said Haskins would have started 5 kids from Mars if they were his 5 best players. The Texas Western Miners faced off against an all-white Kentucky Wildcat team in the 1966 championship game. It was officiated by all-white referees, all-white coaches, white cheerleaders, commentators, and reporters, and a majority of the crowd in attendance were, you guessed it, white, some of which were even proudly waving a Confederate flag in the bleachers. You see, sports are a microcosm of society. Go ahead, Google the term microcosm. I'll wait. In fact, I'll Google it for you. Microcosm. A community, place, or situation regarded as encapsulating in miniature the characteristic qualities or features of something much larger. It means that sports reflect what's going on in everyday life, much like a mirror reflects your own image. However, sports don't just passively reflect the image of society, they actively take part in it and can even help shape society itself. In order for the game to have any significance, it had to happen exactly the way it did. Texas Western had to play the Southern representative Kentucky Wildcats, who had only white athletes, and of course, they had to win. In the sports world, the win by Texas Western helped integrate college sports. Colleges began actively recruiting black athletes. Immediately, even the still all-white exclusive Southeastern Conference, or SEC. From 1966 to 1985, the average number of African Americans on college teams doubled from 3 to 6. But what if there was no storybook ending? What if Texas Western had lost? The effects of that would carry over to today. Magic Johnson stated that he was inspired to play ball after the Miners won. Even Pat Riley's impressed. Michael Jordan, his airness himself, claims he would not have gone to UNC if Texas Western had lost, meaning you probably wouldn't spend $200 on a pair of sneakers. The Fab Five themselves never exists. LeBron James is never inspired by Michael Jordan to play basketball whatsoever. Perhaps, just perhaps, Joel Embiid stays in Cameroon to play volleyball and never becomes the process that the Sixers are trusting today. But I digress. The win by Texas Western opened the doors for many legends in the game, but it also opened doors for African Americans in institutions nationwide. Pat Riley, who played for the Kentucky Wildcats in that 1966 game, is a former NBA player and Hall of Fame coach. He calls the Texas Western win the Emancipation Proclamation of 1966. You see, the reason for that is because the win changed recruiting policies and opened doors for black students in institutions that previously rejected them. Texas Western center David Latine stated the impact of the game was immediate and long-lasting when he said, all the schools that wouldn't let African American kids in had to review their policies. We got them to open the door for all the kids. Thank you, Don Haskins, for starting your best players regardless of skin color. And thank you, Texas Western Miners, for unintentionally helping break the color barrier not only in sports, but in this nation.
Thank you, Mr. Lafferty. A very happy birthday to Emily Haggerty and Tyler Heineman. We hope you have a great day.
That's all announcements we have for today.
See you tomorrow, Interboro.